All right, so I just wanted to quickly run through the 2019-2020 Donruss Optic Basketball Set, just because I had a couple people asking me about the different types of cards in there, and there are a lot of them. So I figured I'll start with this set because it's so popular, and then I could run through some of the other sets and things that come out. This way you know what you're looking at when you're searching. So what's in the Optic NBA set 2019? So you're going to start with your base set, which is 1 through 200. That's all the cards that are in there. So out of those, the veterans make up cards number 1 to 150, and then the rated rookies are 151 to 200. In this set, one of the unique things is there's no variations of pictures, but Luka Samanic and Kendrick Nunn have their nameplates missing from the cards, which was unintentional, and it's something that looks weird when you see it, but it's not something that isn't known as an error or a more valuable card because of it. So, base card, Kevin Durant, pretty standard. The optic symbol up in the corner, numbered 112 there, very simple. Then you got the Zion, the rated rookie, so you see that down in the left-hand corner. Again, same card. And just as I mentioned before, the Nuns and Samanic with no name on it, which is kind of weird to look at, but it's not a value enhancer. So from there, you have parallels. So now, what are parallels in general? A parallel is basically, you'll hear that in every type of card set, and what it is just a variation in terms of color or numbering of the base cards. So all these that I've listed here for the Donruss Optic set, the Silver Hollow, the Checkerboard, the Gold Wave, Hyper Pink, Purple, Purple Shock, Red Wave, and the White Sparkle, are all the same card number, all the same pose for the player. The difference will be how the card looks. So in these, they're not numbered, which I'll show you later, numbered ones, but these are the standard parallels of the base set. And again, some are much more valuable than others, so you have to know what you're looking at, and some of them look similar. So we'll start with the most popular one, which is the Silver Hollow Prism. So every collector is searching for the silver prisms. So they relate that to the Panini Prism basketball that came out earlier in the year. But Donruss Optic has silvers as well, and they're just as coveted. They're not as expensive, but they're just as wanted. So Silver Prism, which is what it says on the back. Prism, which gets confusing sometimes, but it's also called the Hollow. So whatever you want to call it, that is the most popular to collectors card, the Silver Prism. So now you get into some more exotic things. So this one looks silver, but you see that checkerboard pattern. So this is known as a checkerboard. This is a very, very hard to find card. It's known as a short print, meaning we don't know how many they made, but there's far fewer of them than the regular cards. So in turn, the values are tremendous, even though we don't know exactly how many they are because it's not numbered, and the back looks like that. So with that checkerboard, you hit one of those, you're talking big, big numbers, okay? So from there, you have the different colors. So there's a Gold Wave. That is not numbered, like you'll see later, the numbered ones. These are short printed as well. We just don't know how many of them are actually out there. So the next thing, we got the Hyper Pink. So again, not numbered. When you pull one of these, you get excited, but it's not a super expensive card unless you pull a Zion. But even so, the Silver Prism is worth about $600. A pink would be about $140, so big difference. Same thing here with the purple. Okay, this is basically equivalent in the 2019 Panini Prism, the green prisms that you see, which just like those, they do not sell for as much money as some of the other products, even though there's less of them apparently, even though we don't know the exact total. So that's about $150 Xeon there. So then you have another purple one, but you see the difference in the texture. That's a Purple Shock. So what's the difference? Basically, whether you buying out of a hobby box or a CeeLo box or retail or fast break, all different versions of the parallels come in. They're all basically the same. So the two purples right there are basically the same price. Maybe the Shock's a little bit less, but same thing. Now, this is an expensive card. This is the White Sparkle. So this is a unique situation for collectors because this is actually one of the few cards you cannot get out of a pack. but people actually still want. So these are extremely expensive. There's no number on them, but we know that they only make 20 of them. So they're short prints. That's what that's called. And they're very, very expensive. The only way to get them is through Panini Rewards on their website, which I will explain at some point. But the gist is, once you get enough points, they put packs out. These are 3,000 points per pack. That's a pack of 4. And then 4 of those cards come there. What you get is what you get. But packs like that, when they come out, they sell for $200 or $300 a pack. So they're very expensive and very, very coveted. All right. The next thing we get into is the parallels, or colored cards, that are numbered. So there's actually a number. So 2 out of, for the orange, 199. Lime green, red, blue, purple stars. FOTL is first off the line, which is something different. Again, a Panini situation, pink and gold. So these are more expensive than the first ones I showed you for the most part, except for like the sparkle and some of the different things there. But these are what you want to see when you're opening. And again, on the back of the card, Donruss has the numbers, which I'll show you here. So the first one is a lime green. So you see the border color, lime green, pretty simple. And Ja Morant, okay? So again, this is from hobby boxes. You could also get some numbered cards in the fast break. And I think a couple retail have it. But you see at the bottom right-hand corner there, it's 146 out of 149. So there's only 149 of those cards. That's it. That's all. And again, that's what makes those type of cards very pricey, and they start to get really expensive as you get into the lower numbers. So here's a Luka Doncic. So it's not just the rookies with that type of stuff. This is an orange. Okay, so the orange is 1 out of 199. So again, outside the border, different color, same principle as the non-number ones, except on the back you have the different numbers, and again, the different colors represent the quantity. So there's a red. Okay, so again, you're talking about all different values, but things that you have to pay attention to when you're looking. So this is where things get a little confusing. So now you see fast break parallels. What's fast break? So Panini sells boxes of Donruss Optic cards, basically different versions of it. So fast break's one of the versions. So they put this out. It's not a hobby box. It's not your retail box. It's something else. And again, they sell these, and then in them are different parallels. So you see these numbers are different numbered than the ones I just showed you. That's important to pay attention to because, again, you can't get tricked. So here's the silver hollow or prism for fast break. So you see those little orbs, those little circles on it. Silver, but a different look. So again, this card is less expensive than the standard silver that I just showed you earlier of the Xeon. So you got to be careful when watching these things. And here's another one where this one's a purple card. Again, you see the orbs, but this purple is actually numbered to 95. So this purple is more expensive, obviously, than the purples I showed you, the purple shock and the standard purple. So I know these are small details and it's kind of hard to follow sometimes, but big value differences. So you see down there, it's 53 out of 95. Huge value. And again, you have to know the products inside and out when you're buying this type of stuff because you want to know what's a good value. And it changes drastically inside the same product. So there's a gold. You know, again, that's out of 10. I mean, that's a great card. But the standard gold out of 10 would be a better card. Okay, so you have the same player, same out of 10, but one's better than the other. And again, same thing, you see a 5 out of 10 on that one. That is something that sellers sometimes use. Some of them are more obvious than others. But you got to watch it, especially on eBay where guys describe things like where they say refractor, this and that, and all of a sudden it's not, you get into trouble. So again, velocity parallels. So you got blue velocity, pink, and black, only 3 of them. These come out of the CeeLo packs or the hobby boxes. So again, different cards. These are standard. So when you buy a CeeLo pack, there'll be 3 of these in a white pack. That's a Zion Williamson, blue velocity. It's about $125, $130 card. So nothing amazing, but it looks great and it's fun to get. Then you get into the more valuable ones, so that's a pink. So we've already seen some pinks before, but this pink's numbered out of 79. So you'll get these out of the hobby boxes. That's obviously a lot more expensive than the hyper pink that we showed earlier that's not numbered. And then the most expensive velocity one, which, again, you'll see down there with the number. But then you get the black one, which, again, black normally is 1 out of 1 for Donruss, but for the velocity, it's 1 out of 39. So again, you don't want to think you're getting a deal because you think it's 1 out of 1, because all the other Donruss cards are black, are 1 out of 1, which you'll see in a couple minutes, and it's 1 out of 39. Again, those are valuable cards, but far different than a 1 out of 1. And you see up there, top left corner, you got the 12 out of 39 there on the James Harden. So again, you could get veterans, you could get rookies on those, all different things. Then you get into some different stuff, like Fanatics put out a box set, which had a base set and then had a pack of basically 5 green waves. So you'll see these on the internet. And again, they're good cards. They were $79 initially. I think a box right now is probably $400 or something at least. But it came out from Fanatics. So you see that bonus pack. You have the rookies in there, rated rookies with the green wave. So that's another version. Those are not numbered, but they are definitely, interesting and valuable. And then they put out a premium box set, which is basically the same concept, except every number in there, card in there was numbered at a 249. So right away, you have the rookies and that stuff. So you're talking about good values, but these type of things are very hard to get. The Fanatic set didn't sell out immediately, but now you can't touch it. And that's what the premium set looks like. So you see the different kind of silver design there, and at a 249 on the Kevin Durant, which all of the cards that come out of that box are at a 249. Now, you have your base inserts and parallels. So you got All Clear for Takeoff, the Rookies, Elite Dominators, Rainmakers, Fantasy Stars, My House, Express Lane, Winter Stays, T-Minus, Splash, Stargazing, All-Stars. Again, normally the base inserts are not worth anything, but what you got to watch for is some of them have parallels, so they all do, and they're numbered or they're different colors. And like, for instance, All Clear for Takeoff, you have 15 total cards, but you have the parallels, and you see some of them are numbered 99, 49, gold. Those could be very, very good money. You just have to know what you're looking at. So if you've never seen All Clear for Takeoff, that's what it looks like. Rookies, Zion, Ja are included in that. So you want to look for those guys. All-Stars, no Zion on Ja, basic. Same concept. You got red, blue, different colors. I actually got a Durant 4 out of 5, which is the green. Again, they're expensive cards. When they're numbered, when they're not, they're junk. So there's the base one with the white border. And you see All-Stars across the top. There's a gold out of 10. That's a pretty pricey card. 10 out of 10 there. And then basically you get into the rookies, which obviously Zion and Ja. There's only 5 of them, though. So it's Rue, Zion, Ja. And they have the parallels, and the base cards of these, it's like $30, $40. But some people get these and they're like, oh, I got a Zion. And the Zion base that I showed you earlier is $60. These are half the price. So you got to watch that because, again, if you don't know any better, this card right there looks like, oh, wow. But that's an insert. They're not worth as much. That's a red insert, though. That's worth a ton of money compared. So, again, you got to look for the numbering at a 99. That's about $1,000 compared to the $30 base. Elite Dominators. Again, I'm just showing you all these so you see them, but they're all the same concept. They have the base, so this one's 25 cards. Then all the colors where lower the number, better you're doing. So Elite Dominators, it looks cool. Definitely a nice card, but that card's $1. That one's worth good money because it's a gold, and it's obviously numbered at a 10. Rainmakers, you'll see Kobe, but these are not expensive cards. Again, you're talking a couple bucks tops, and all these cards basically right here, Fantasy Stars, unless they're numbered, they're not worth much, even if they're Silver Prism or a purple, which you'll see them in. My House now has the rookie Zion and Ja, and some of them obviously are much more expensive with the numbering, but at least they have the rookies. The other inserts don't have the rookies. It's just the veteran players. So really LeBron, Giannis, Luka, they're not even expensive because people don't really look at them. Winner stays is the same thing. You'll see Tim Duncan, Kobe, Paul Pierce is in here. So you see some of the older players mixed in. T-321. Again, Joel Embiid on there. Nothing to get excited about. Express Lane. You also see some retired players, Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. So there's just a numbered one. So that's a gold. They look very similar, but on the back, 3 out of 10. Big difference. Then you got Splash, which these look very cool. And again, people actually collect those, but again, numbered ones are king. And then you have the last one, Stargazing, which same deal. That card's worth nothing. That one's numbered. That one's worth a lot more. So you can't really see the number that's above the Panini sign. But next thing, last thing, autographs. So you have signature series, rated rookies, which everyone wants. Fast break signatures, so signatures only can get in those boxes. Dominators, rookies, and vets. And then retro series signatures, which are the old players, which nobody really wants. So the first thing that you'll see is the signature series. So it's 90 cards with the parallels, the hollow, the green, all the different colors. The choice parallels, which again come out of different boxes, so you got to pay attention to that, but that's what they look like. That's a base one right there. Then that's a black 1 out of 1. So again, you see the black in between the green, bottom corner there, 1 of 1. That's huge, even of Grant Williams. But the rated rookie signature is what people kind of like in these. So the silvers, even the base ones, but you really want the numbered ones. You know, those are definitely a highly collectible item. So you want a Zion or Jai of this. So Tremont Waters, again, that's the base. But then you got the gold out of 10. That would be a big card if it was a better player. But you see, really the same concept here on all of this stuff. But you might as well just see it. So Dominators. So you got the veteran Dominators, which are 40 cards. There's only a couple different numbers here, purple, gold, and gold vinyl, 1 out of 1. So rare, obviously. But these are just the veteran players, so people don't really care about these. You know, Karl Anthony Towns, so $20 card maybe. Then you have the rookie Dominators. All right, so you have different versions of this. There's also out of 99 of these that I didn't put down there, but and out of 49. But these are not as good as the rated rookies. That one is, it's gold, but definitely something you want to see, okay? And then you have the fast break signatures, which are 100 cards. It's all the players, rookies, and vets. And they look like the fast breaks I showed you earlier with those little orbs and kind of the unique look. Only difference is a signature on the card. So there's one graded, but you see the signature and that kind of icy look. Looks cool. And then the last thing you have here is the retro signatures, which again, 30 cards, retired players, some stars, but from Artis Gilmore, David Robinson, you know, guys that even though they're legends, they just don't sell. So you don't want to get duped into buying those because you think you're buying, oh, David Robinson and Hall of Famer, and then it's worth 2 cents, okay? So what I'm going to leave you with those little chart here to get started. So this is how to value the cards. Again, this doesn't apply directly for every card, but let's say a base card, a Zion, is X. So this is how you kind of decide what the values are or what they should be in general, again. So these are the non-numbered ones, but Blue Velocity should be about 2.23 times more expensive than the base card. So like I said earlier, Blue Velocity is about $120, $130, 60 times that, you'll get around that number. Then the Purple Shock, like I said, they're pretty much the same price. The pink is a little bit less expensive, but then what I want you to see is like the fast break silver I showed you. Remember I said that, you know, they're not as valuable as the other silvers, even though they're both silvers. 4.25. The silver, the regular one, the first one I showed you, 10x. So that's about $600 to 60. Then the checkerboard, like I said, that's a short print, short print probably. We don't really know, but about 31 times. And then the white sparkle, again, it's like on a guy like Zion, I don't know what the cap would be necessarily, but let's just say it's a huge amount of money. So if the base is 60, I mean, who knows? I mean, you could get $10,000 for a card like that easily, in my opinion. And this is ungraded. So this is just raw. So when you're searching eBay, you're curious, hey, what should I be paying for this? You could use this chart to get a baseline. So if something's way under this price, either it's damaged, so check that. But if it's not damaged, that's a hell of a deal. If it's way over this price, you don't want to be buying that. So if you're somewhere in this range, and again, any base card. So if it's a $2 base card, the Blue Velocity would be about $4.50. So you just plug in. I just use 60 because that's what Xeon's card is basically right now, and it's just kind of something everyone's familiar with. So I'll leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you guys soon.